So the first part that you're going to make is the face. Okay, you need to make it first so that you can then fix it onto the body when the body isn't quite completely finished. Alright, so you need your the yarn that you've chosen to make the face, which is yarn B, and a 4mm hook. We're making the large troll in this case, so you start by chaining 10. Alright, and now you're going to need to work into the chain. Now when you do that, you see, when you look at a chain, you'll see that each stitch is made up of a top part, okay, and a bottom part there, and if you look on the back there's like a little bump. Okay, you can see all the little bumps along there. Right, now to start, so when you start working into it, you miss the chain next to the hook, which is that one, alright, the one that you, not the one I'm touching, but the one that's left uncovered, okay, so don't work into that one, it's impossible really, and you work into the next one, and you just work into the bottom loop there, okay, and to start off with, you work 3 single crochet, so 1, 2, 3, all into the same chain, okay, all the same chain stitch. Then you work into the next 7, one at a time, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, now don't work too tightly when you do this, it's not necessary. When you work in the round, when you're making amigurumi, then you need to work a little bit tighter than this, but for the face you want it to stay nice and flat, so you don't want it, you want to, it's nice supple fabric. Okay, so that leaves you, when you've done 7, it leaves you 1 chain at the end, which can be a bit fiddly to see, and you work 6 single crochet into this. Okay, so 1, oops, 2, and when you do that, start working over the cut end of the yarn from the beginning, and that'll secure it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now you're sort of upside down. That's, you started working along there, okay, and you've gone round a corner and you're upside down now. Okay, so you're going to work into the back loop of the chain, what was originally the top loop, but now it's upside down. It's the one that you can see. So there's what little you should be able to see it quite easily. There's a loop here, and you work into that. Okay, keep working over the strand of yarn. And you do 7. So it's 1, 2. It looks like you're making big holes. There is a hole at the end, that's fine, but it looks like holes along here, but they won't show up when you finish doing everything. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you come to the what was originally the first stitch, and you work into that, and you do 3 into that, so that you've got 6 stitches at the end, at each end, sort of going around a corner. Okay, and that's giving you a hole at each end where you're going to put the eyes. Alright, now I won't show you all the rest of the face, because now you've got a round as opposed to rows or anything. So you started there, you went all the way round the corner and along there, and to do the next few rounds mark the start of the round by putting a contrasting bit, preferably of cotton yarn, because then it's not so fluffy, and it does, otherwise you get bits of the coloured fluff get stuck in your work and you don't want that. So put it across in front of where you're about to do the next stitch, and then when you work into the next stitch, so this was the very first one you made, work into that one and you started the next round. Okay, so here's one that's finished. Alright, oops, excuse me, and then so that's after doing 4 rounds, that's what it looks like. So that's your face. Alright, you do the last stitch and then do a little slip stitch into the next one just to keep it smoother at the edges. Okay, oops, can you see that? And then pull the yarn through and cut it. I've already cut it in this case, but cut the yarn. You want a good amount of yarn because you're going to sew all around the edge of this onto the face. So, you know, about 20 inches, 50 centimetres, you know, give or take. It doesn't matter too much, but a reasonable amount of yarn to sew it on with. Alright, so that's the face.